to the South Pod, where we cover the stories, the stats, and the scores of the NFC South. Y'all like that intro, don't you?
Man, that shit was like a movie.
Oh yeah.
Like,
power to the damn people.
What it is?
Damn.
What it is? Hey, my name's Corey. I got my boy Rich, Telly, and my boy Will with me. I know there's a lot going on in the country today. Some are happy, some in disbelief, but we all good over here. So let's get into it, baby. We're going to continue to move forward and do what we do, and let's bring you the latest on the NFC South. And first of all, we're going to start with Tampa versus KC. What did we learn? How y'all felt about that game? Rich, talk to me.
Man, I thought, overall it was a good game. I was looking to see where the refs were going to chip in to give Kansas City assist. I saw that with the should have been false start by Travis Kelce, but they didn't actually call the penalty. But overall, man, I thought it was a good game. And I really start to look at Tampa and start to evaluate, like, damn, what is actually going on with Tampa? What is Tampa's Achilles heel? And what I thought would be their strong point is actually the Achilles heel, and that's on the defensive side of the ball. And when you actually look at the numbers, man, they're near the damn bottom when it comes to total defense. So that's an actually surprising thing to me. And that's what I took away from the game. Overall, I thought it was a good game. Kansas City did get an assist, at least one assist by the ref with the non-call on Travis Kelce was a false start. But Tampa Bay was in the game, man. But I think the defense and coaching cost them that game, honestly.
Absolutely. Opponent touchdowns per game, they ranked 27, allowing 3 touchdowns per game. Opponent yards per game, they ranked 30th, allowing 387 yards. Thank you, Kirk. Sure. Opponent yards per play, they ranked 29th in the NFL, allowing 6 yards per play. Third down conversions, like you said, Rich, they converted every single third down. They were 100% that
and
night.
You know what, man? And I looked at that too. When you're talking about a third down efficiency, they're at the top. They're second in the league behind Kansas City in third down efficiency. Yeah. So they're moving the ball, man, and they're making things happen. So if that side of the ball is doing what they need to do, hit and miss at time, and injuries also play a key factor into it. Todd Bowles, being a defensive guy, what the hell are you doing with your staff to make improvements where right now that's definitely, my opinion, and the numbers kind of, support it as well. That's the Achilles heel, man, what's going on with Tampa Bay.
What you think, Taylor?
All definitely valid points. I think everything that I saw is what you've been screaming probably since last year, but you've been screaming fire Todd Bowles. And I think because for me, if I'm going against KC, we had a great drive, got down there, we scored. Ain't no way in hell I am not going for 2.
Yep.
Why? Because our team needs this. We're hurt. We got players down. We're playing against an undefeated team in their house, and we just drove the damn ball down the field and scored on them. I'm going to run right back out there, score, and go for 2. Whether I get it or not, that's going to boost your players' confidence that you have in them, and give them an opportunity to say, hey, win or lose, shit, coach was riding with us, man. We was going for the jugular. And
Absolutely.
Just let it ride. But no, he choked up, and that same stupid ass look he have on his face, no matter what time of day or night it is.
You about to get me amped up, man. I'm trying to be analytical.
No, fuck that, dog. We're gonna keep it a buck, goddamn it. Say what it is. That's how I feel about it. I'm with you.
Tell it not right now.
Fire that.
Not right now, Taylor. Don't give me that. We just
started. Let him go. Let him go.
Hey, but yeah, it was definitely a head scratcher, man. Like as far as the defensive side of the ball, what did you see, Will?
Man, first off, y'all offense. All jokes aside, man, I love y'all offense because y'all had people that even though they're injured, they came in and they still was making plays. So y'all played a good fucking game. Yes, y'all got screwed with the with that non-call is what the world saw, which was fucked up. But of course, it's Kansas City and the alley-oop getting thrown. But y'all played a damn great game, man. I'm telling you, Irvin was on it. I like how he was running. Shepard and Otten. And I think, Baker Mayfield may have another go-to. So is recovering from your injuries and playing, but yeah, your defense was kind of iffy. But y'all still hung in there though. Not going for two. Not going for
Otten
two.
definitely did his thing. You mentioned other players.
Coaches. We say it all the time. Coaches.
I'm sorry, Will. I ain't used to you speaking this much.
I'm heated about that shit because I was pulling for y'all bad. Like, just beat these motherfuckers. That's all I wanted. That's why I didn't say nothing when you text Telly. I didn't say nothing. I just want these motherfuckers to lose. And not going for two. Oh my fucking God. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Fire Todd Bowles. Follow suit.
Yeah. According to Todd, Todd said we didn't lose the game on a 2-point conversion. We had other opportunities to win the game. What you think about that, Rich?
I think he's full of shit. I think he's full of shit, man. You got to capitalize on opportunities when they're presented to you. Like Telly said, man, you guys drove the ball down the field. You actually scored with ease. There's a couple plays I think you could have ran back, which would have got you the 2-point conversion with ease. That actually touchdown pass. That was an easy one. You could have ran that play. The defense was lost as hell. The emergence of Otten is huge. Utilize that guy. He's a big body, man, and the way he's separating from these defenses, these linebackers and stuff. Like, come on, man. As anybody that have a little bit of common sense about any type of sports or any type of thing, you play to your advantages and you play to your opponent's disadvantages. And Todd Bowles, for whatever reason, I don't know if he's doing gummies before the goddamn game. I don't know if he's drinking. Marshawn Lynch before the game taking a shot of Hennessy, but
taking a shot of head.
I think personally, man, he's full of shit. He was scared to pull a trigger on a game, like you said, that was very important. I think to keep you guys in the NFC South and you away. You know how much confidence that would have did for your team. They wouldn't have been mad at you either way if you didn't get the 2-point conversion, because then now they can say, you know what, my coach has faith in us to go out there and make those plays. And if you feel short, oh fucking well, go back to the drawing board. But I think he missed out on an opportunity, bro.
Man, y'all ain't gonna do this to me this early. We good. Let's keep it moving. Hey, you mentioned, right? I had to cover this. It was the latest game. You mentioned Otten, man. Otten had 8 catches, 77 yards, 1 TD. Yes. Otten has definitely stepped up. When I thought the receivers, McMillan, were going to do something, but he was a preseason. What's the word I'm looking for? Hype. He was hyped preseason. We was like, that's our wide receiver 3. And what has happened in the season? Shepard came in and showed that he's wide receiver number 3. Yeah, that play we scored with Miller, it was slot to the flats, in the end zone. A lot of teams run that play or whatever. I was surprised he was that open on it, thinking like they gonna have this lock because they know it's gonna be a sprint to the sideline. That's all it's gonna be. But they left it open. So I'm like, okay, I ran it with my slot receiver. I'm coming back with Cade Otten. And I'm probably gonna run the same exact play, just a different formation. But I'm going to Otten on this one for 2 points. Because you don't want to give Pat the ball back. You do not. It was so bad, they asked Andy Reid about it. He told Todd Bowles, thank you. At the press conference, he was like, thank you. So you don't want to win the game? But that goes to show you the difference between defensive-minded coaches and offensive-minded head coaches. Everybody knew there was a critical game for us. Atlanta is now 2 games ahead in the division. That's 2 games. So there's no more winning the conference. That's theirs. Barring they do something like 28-3 or whatever. If they do something that drastic, then it is what it is. But that is the conference is Atlanta's to do whatever they choose to do with it. Period. Thanks to Bowles. Thanks to Todd Bowles. The 2-point conversion, no nuts, no glory, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all I can say about that. But we'll dive more into Tampa, later. Shout out to KC. They squeaked out another one. Shout out to the 12th man also. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So like I said, Atlanta got the conference on lock, man. And with that being said, we're gonna talk about Atlanta some more. How far can Atlanta go, y'all? What y'all thinking? Rich? Nah, we're gonna go to Will on this one. We're gonna go to Will on this one. What you thinking, Will?
Hey, I'm liking how Atlanta's meshing. They complement each other big time with Cousins, Bijan, dog. I hate get well real soon, London, for real. But Mooney, Pitts,
he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Yep, 1 to 3 games. 1 to 3 games. Hopefully that he'll man. I just need him to be healthy. But Atlanta, y'all doing good. Y'all looking good. I love the damn the double-headed monster in the back. Unlike us, but I'll touch that later. But y'all doing good, man. And I hope y'all continue to proceed. Seriously.
Oh, that was cute. That was cute. What you think, Rich?
Man, Atlanta got a top 5 passing quarterback in Kirk Cousins, top 10 rushing running back and Bijan Robinson, and they have a very favorable schedule, in these next coming weeks. If they lose to the Saints, y'all don't deserve to win shit. But that's their next match. That's their next matchup. So they got the Saints, the Broncos, Chargers, the Vikings. I think will be a tough game. The Raiders, the Giants, the Commanders. That can be a tough game. And the Panthers, that's a loss. I already got that on my book as a loss. But they got a very favorable schedule, man. As long as those boys continue to play and get back healthy for the little injuries that they have, and like Will said, man, I love that two-headed monster they got in the backfield, with Algier and Bijan Robinson, and the wide receivers, man, they stepped up big time.
Did not see that coming.
Me either. And I don't think nobody saw that coming. Specifically talking about, Darnell Mooney and Ray. Both of those boys have stepped up in moments where, it's been crucial in games. And I'm very, very surprised how well, Darnell Mooney has been playing. I always knew the kid had the talent. He was in Chicago, but he was just a little bit underutilized. But the way that he's complimenting, Drake, London, Kyle Pitts when he actually wants to show up, and what Ray is doing, I think Atlanta, man, the only people that can actually stop them is themselves. So they got to actually go throughout the season, which is another good thing. They haven't been doing is being mistake free. They've been doing a very good job with that. Kirk has turned down, on interceptions. You really haven't seen any fumbles and stuff. So as long as they can play mistake-free ball and maintain that balance that they got, the only people that's going to stop Atlanta is their health and themselves.
Yeah, shout out to Atlanta, man. Like you said, we definitely didn't see the receivers, performing the way they are currently performing. Mooney surprised the hell out of me. I expected Drake London to be who he is, and that was it. We did know that Pitts was going to emerge eventually, and he has, because since our game, tight ends have been killing us, and it all started with Pitts. It's a copycat league. Atlanta saw how Atlanta was shredding us with Pitts over that scene. So guess what? They followed suit, because right after Atlanta, we played the Ravens. Now that was a different beast. Played the Ravens, and then we played Atlanta again. Pitts, he's clowning. I bet if they make a highlight reel of every team's quarterbacks and tight ends' best plays on that highlight reel, it's going to be against the Bucs defense. That's going to be the whole clip. But every quarterback with highlights is going to be against the Bucs defense. So Atlanta, they stepping up, they doing it, and we knew Kirk was going to be Kirk in the regular season, and the big test going to be when we get to the dance. We didn't know they were going to be this dominant. And I use that word dominant loosely, I guess, maybe because we all so horrible. They just look dominant. You know what I mean? So Atlanta's doing their thing. They winning the games they're supposed to win. And I think I see a deep playoff run, provided we don't make it. What you think, Telly?
I was looking at some of my notes just now. So while y'all was talking, listening to you, obviously. But the top right now, according to NFL Monday morning quarterbacks, they are saying that the Lions, Commanders, Falcons, Arizona, Minnesota, Philly, and Green Bay in that order. That's the top teams in the NFC for a playoff picture. I think you texted us earlier about the playoff picture and who's in, who's out, who's in the bubble, who in the hunt, so on and so forth, right? So I did is like I looked at those teams and I thought about okay, we're now, like you said, halfway through the season, and this is where things get real. Some teams are battling injuries, some teams are trying to find their groove, some teams are doing a lot of different things, right? Moving places and pieces. The yesterday cut off the trade deadline for everybody. So all those different things happen at the same time. I looked at what these teams have left to do. The Lions, they look scary. They just added somebody was a Smith from Cleveland to that pass rush, which is crazy. But they play against the Bills, the 49ers, and Minnesota. 49ers and Minnesota and the Bills all going to be tough games for them. So it's like, you think about it, if they lose one or two of those games, it kind of switches things around when it comes to a playoff picture. So the Commanders, they play the Eagles twice. That's their hardest games, and then they play against us in end of December. All right, but they play us at home. So we're gonna see if our team has matured to what I felt the team should be defensively sooner this year than it has been. But it's going to be interesting going down the stretch, man. I think for us, we have to win this week because although New Orleans fired the head coach, they're missing some players about injury. That's still a rivalry game. I never take those games lightly. So it's important for us to win the games that we're supposed to win, and they let the chips fall where they may everywhere else. So I think that's for Atlanta. That's what we have to focus on is win the games we're supposed to win, try to stay healthy, and see where things go. I feel we can make the playoffs. How far we can go, I don't know. It all depends on those other teams because they're playing well. They got a well balanced team. They're doing everything right now. But we're happy to do it, so we got to see what happens.
Yeah, I was surprised that y'all didn't make a move by the trade deadline. I was like, whoa, okay. But speaking of woes, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Aints woes. You mentioned the coach getting fired, whatever, and there's a lot going on in Carolina. They shopping out players just like the Saints, both sitting at a 2-7 record. Whoa.
Facts.
What's on Carolina's mind, Rich?
Facts.
Man, clearly is a fire sale going on, in Carolina. We're offloading a lot of players. We actually cut two more players today, a linebacker and a practice squad guy, and we obviously let Jonathan Mingo go to Dallas. And to be honest, man, I think for Jonathan Mingo, that's a good thing for him. That's a good move for him. Hopefully he actually get an opportunity to shine a little bit in Dallas. Because when you think about it, man, and I actually had to go back and look at this stuff. When you think about the 2023 draft, the wide receiver core, this is who he was drafted ahead of. He was drafted ahead of Jaden Reed, who's actually being productive in Green Bay right now.
Right.
Rasheed Rice, Puka Nacua, Joshua Downs, and Nathaniel Tank Dell. These are all guys he's been drafted ahead of. And all those guys have had productive seasons with their respective teams, with the exception of Jonathan Mingo, who's barely seen any balls thrown his way. So I think that's a great move for him to be getting out of there and stuff. But clearly, the Panthers are actually in a rebuilding phase, and Dan Morgan is trying to make some moves, man, to solidify some draft picks. And hopefully with those draft picks, and if the decision at the end of the season is, to build around Bryce Young, we make those solid moves and actually bring in the pieces that actually fit so we can actually have a successful season next year or the year to come. But clearly, man, we're just, here you go.
Well, this is where I'm at. this one I'm at with it, Rich. They let Wingo go to the Cowboys, and me and you both agreed that was good for him, right?
Yes.
If you're going to keep Bryce and you got a young up and coming, he was a second round pick, I believe.
Second round pick, Mrs. Ole Miss.
Yeah, you got a second round pick and you got Bryce and you building your team. Why are you getting rid of this guy for draft picks to go pick another receiver?
Travis Hunter. That's why.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, but that just add depth, Telly, and you know you need depth.
You need depth. So
but the rest of the group is trash. The draft coming up now, like you said, Telly, once you get past Travis, it's a toss-up. It's not.
Yeah. You're right, and I agree with you too, Corey, because when you look at it on the surface, man, you're just like, well, damn, how does that actually benefit the Panthers? It benefit Dallas, but when you look at it, Mingo's a big body, a very complimentary receiver if you use him with Xavier Legette. And if things continue the way they are with this season, you're going to be in a good position to still draft Travis Hunter. So why not actually try to keep those pieces in place, a guy that actually knows the system. And I think Travis Hunter is a outstanding, talented player. I think his Achilles heel is going to be a health issue because he has to gain some weight once he gets into the NFL. And if they plan to play that boy on both sides of the ball, he definitely going to need to put some weight on and actually be able to have, that actually a little bit of girth, pause once again, to be able to compete on both sides of the ball and be able to compete, at a high level. So on the surface, and for Panthers fan, it was kind of a fucking stupid move when you look at how young John Mingo is and what he actually brings to the table. But for him as a player and as a fan, I'm happy that he got an opportunity to get out of there and be able to do something with another team.
Canal is basically securing himself a couple more years. He basically saying to the organization, I'm going to get rid of these, but we're going to build. And everybody know it takes time to build. So maybe the organization saying, hey, we understand this process. We're going to move as such. Unlike the other team, that black and gold team down in New Orleans. Wow.
Hey, we knew
it was coming. We knew it was coming.
We do. Marshawn Lattimore going to the Commanders. He's going to be a great fit for that right side for the Commanders. It is what it is. We're going to be cleaning house. I will say this: unlike everybody that has a two-headed monster in their back, we got a two-headed snake, Carr and fucking Dennis Allen, which one of them is gone. So,
man, how do they feel about Carr down there? Because Michael Thomas was throwing all kind of jabs, on X about Carr.
Hey, they wanted Carr ass going since last year, bro.
You sure about that?
Yeah, they wanted him going since last year.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm serious.
I told you that. I told you he was trash. Everybody was like, "No, he decent." I said, "No, he's trash."
It is. He is trash.
Michael Thomas said he got them numbers up that last year to be deceiving. Everybody was fooled.
Abracadabra, and he pulled another magical damn hoodoo again on us because he put numbers up in the first two games. Then what? Look at us.
Back to who he is.
It's time for y'all to clear house, man.
It is definitely time. And like I said, get rid of him. Let's go.
I think y'all are like 32 mil over the cap or something like that. Y'all still ain't gonna have no money. You got to free up some money. Yeah. But y'all just signed Kamara, So, hey,
it's gonna be
good luck to you.
Season or two.
Yeah, man.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be rough for the next season or two, but it is what it is. And I'm a Saints fan. I'm not a Carr fan. I'll say that over and over.
Not to cut you off, but I'm interested in the health Chris Olave.
That too.
Hopefully that young man. I did. Hopefully that young man's been able to come back. But I know right now he's seeing specialists to actually determine his future, in the NFL after his fourth known concussion, and that one was pretty bad. So I definitely feel good now that, with the way Carr is playing right now, Olave's out, some of the other things, y'all just got rid of your best cornerback. We definitely won't be at the bottom of the NFC South now. So I am happy.
I saw that mug brewing up. Boy.
Hey, but it is what it is, though. At the end of the day,
that's why he waited, and he kept insisting. He was insisting on getting that word. He was like,
yeah.
He's like, nah, I'm about to drop this punchline on your ass right now.
Hey, no, he ain't dropping a punchline. He took a whole angle, but he's telling the truth, though. We are our own worst enemy right now, man. We are.
Hey,
so it is what it is.
I know on behalf of Mike Evans, I know I can speak for him. He thanks y'all for letting Latimer go. I know he do because that boy, I know Mike is like, man, I'm coming back this week. He gone now. Like, come on. Yeah, but Saints, Carolina, y'all in our prayers, man. I might be joining y'all eventually. I hope not, but y'all are in our prayers, man. We'll dive more into how y'all rebuild, in the off season.
Hey, but real quick, man, we were talking about draft picks and stuff. I just want to throw in here real quick. And next year, Carolina, y'all got 9 picks for the draft. New Orleans has 8. Corey, you and I have 6. So I think, Corey, you have a pick every single round except for the 6th round.
Nice.
Yeah. Which I don't understand why he didn't give it up, man. Yeah, whatever. Speaking of draft.
Yeah.
Speaking of draft, man, if you ain't drafting, you trading and you getting free agents. So we're going to talk about the NFC moves, as far as the trade deadline was yesterday or whatever. We saw, like we said, the receiver from Carolina go to Dallas. I don't understand that. They're not going anywhere. Preston Smith from the Green Bay Packers, the Steelers, they signed him. I think that's a good pickup. They just added more depth to their D-line. And you would think some teams that really need edge rushers, Tampa, they would have been jumping at that, but they didn't do anything like that. Of course, D-Hop went to KC, and he's over there balling, posting like he Randy Moss and Tom Brady, and then deleting it on, social media or whatever. But, we had some moves, man. How do y'all feel about those moves that were made? Did I miss any? I don't think I did.
Well, one, I know it's not the NFC moves, but I think what Pittsburgh did too will get Mike Williams. They got Mike Williams from the Jets.
He can't catch.
I think that's huge, man. That's a big body. Man. That's a big body, man. I like Mike Williams and stuff, man. When he's healthy, I think that's key for Pittsburgh and Russell Wilson being able to throw that ball to somebody else. But I think with the move with sending Lattimore, man, from the Saints to the Commanders, and I know we're going to talk about it a little bit later, man. I think you guys just made that team a little more better. As far as what they're going to be able to do now on both sides of those balls, and long as they're actually remain actually healthy, because that definitely shore up that defensive backside, and everybody's playing fucking cover 2 anyway. But I definitely think that actually helps out the Commanders as far as their push in the NFC. So for me, that probably was one of the better moves I've seen around the NFL. But and also one of the better moves, not to discount what Detroit did. The defensive end they got from Cleveland, and Cleveland's doing the same thing. That was dumb on their part. But those 2 moves in particular, sending Lattimore to Washington, you just helped them out tremendously. And Cleveland letting the defensive end go to shore up the defensive end side of the ball, now to Aiden Hutchinson now for Detroit. I think that's going to play huge dividends, and we're going to see that in the coming weeks. See exactly how that paid off. But those 2 particular moves, I thought there was great moves by that organization, and that's why you can see why they're winning and why some of the other teams in the league, specifically the fucking Saints and the Panthers, are where we are, because we do dumb shit.
Well, I want to counter that, man. One, I'll say the Cleveland Browns move was smart. I'll say the New Orleans Saints move was stupid as hell.
Yep.
It was a hater move, in my opinion, right? Because how the hell would you give up your best DB to an NFC team? So Cleveland and AFC, they send
Weird.
somebody away from their conference, right? Why in the hell would you send somebody like that to a team in your conference that has a young ass superstar quarterback and a not a seasoned veteran because whatchamacallit, the wide receiver ain't a seasoned veteran, but he's been around for a couple of years.
Oh,
And that man,
Terry?
yeah. You know, and then he got a good running back. Got a great coach now. Yeah. Why the hell would you send that? So even if you try to get yourself back together next year, you gotta face that.
Yep. Yeah.
That's stupid.
The dumbest move ever. It's like a second lieutenant saying, "Hey, I've done this before."
Hey man,
But it's the New Orleans way. It's the Saints way.
I want to raise a motion to kick the New Orleans Saints ass out of the NFC South because that's the stupid ass move,
Bro.
Hey, was that on any of the ballots yesterday? I would have
It
voted.
needed to be.
I would have voted for it too.
I'm
amend the NFC South. Get rid of the Saints.
Like, what the fuck?
Do this shit like we did in SEC and Big Ten. Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Hey, put the whole team in the transfer portal.
Right.
It's like, damn, first time in league history, the New Orleans Saints are part of the CFL.
That's a straight hater ass move because y'all know we got to play Washington later on this year. I said that's some old bitches right there.
Yeah, that was. I can't even explain it, other than he gonna compliment Washington on the pass rush.
I like it. Hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. That's all I'm saying. Because like Telly said earlier, man, a lot of the teams that's at the top, they about to start playing each other twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
So it's gonna be process of elimination, man. And well, we're gonna talk. I ain't gonna dive into it just yet, man. So we're just gonna roll since the trade deadlines are done. We're gonna roll into what impacts do they have specifically for the NFC Super Bowl contenders.
Well,
how y'all feel?
Say that again.
The Super Bowl contenders for the NFC. Who, in your opinion, are the Super Bowl contenders? We know what the list says, but because if we go by the record, 49ers ain't even considered. So but they always hyping like they finna get on a run, whatever. They gonna be there. So I'm saying, who are your NFC Super Bowl contenders?
For me personally, man, I think you can't steer away from the two moves that we just talked about with Detroit and actually Washington. Yes. And both of those teams are playing very good ball on both sides, on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. And to shore up both of your defensive sides, where you already know you got a solid ass offense, I think that's going to be scary, man. As long as Jared Goff can actually still manage the game and not fucking lose the game from Detroit, that's going to be scary, man. Because when you look at it, with David Montgomery in the backfield, Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, Amar St. Brown, whenever fucking Jameson Williams want to stop gambling and using PEDs, he'll be back. Sam Laporta, they're scary, bro. They're scary.
Yeah, I think too. We gotta, everywhere across the sports shows, they talk about obviously Detroit. I think there was 8 analysts I've seen that has picked Detroit to be in the Super Bowl, and I think 6 of them chosen to win at Super Bowl. Right? Right. So obviously Detroit, and we all seen it. They're a strong ass team. They played great last year. We was like, is it a fluke? Because they've been terrible for so long. But this year they look even better than they did last year. And then got the team cranking. They believe in everything right now. So Jared Goff is playing phenomenal. They can't get no pressure on him, so he can sit back there and pick people apart all day, every day. That's why he's damn perfect. And then so definitely Lions, you gotta consider them. Commanders, they have a coach who's been all the way to the Super Bowl before, but are we saying that Jaden Daniels is going to do a repeat of what Joe Burrow did first year?
I ain't going that far.
I think it's possible. I don't.
Hell no, Rich.
I think so. This is the reason why I say it. Who's the offensive actually coordinator in Cincinnati?
In Cincinnati, I don't know,
with
but
Joe Burrow went.
I know
Huh?
Kingsbury is in Commanders.
He's the Commanders, and he's a game changer.
Yeah.
Whether you like him as a coach, man, that guy is up there as far as top offensive coordinators out there. And I think as long as you actually continue to protect Jaden Daniels and put him in good positions to win, look at his actually, quarterback efficiency for completion rates. He's fucking killing it. Scary Terry is, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna let you finish, but Scary Terry is actually that game last week, man. Those catches, he's doing some amazing stuff. Zach Ertz is starting to actually emerge a little bit and start to show us a little bit of who he was when he was actually in Philadelphia. And you got Austin Eckler coming out the backfield, who's also taking those action receptions. As long as Brian Robinson Jr. come back and be healthy, I think they got a chance, man.
Yeah. What's up, Will?
Well, hey,
Corey wanted to go say something first.
Okay.
My bad, Corey.
He wanted to.
Can I speak, Telly? Is it okay?
My bad. I forgot, dog.
We understand that you the top seed. Come on, buddy. Come on.
I'm trying to make sure the Saints can say something. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing stupid shit all week, so they might as well say something now.
Saints don't need to speak right now. I'm rebutting what Rich said. Like, I agree. I agree. Jaden Daniels is performing at a exceptionally great level. However, Philly is back, and I told y'all earlier they didn't have.
Corey, you messed me up. I was on lobby.
They didn't have.
Let me handle it.
No, they didn't have what they had now, and they weren't gelling, even though they almost managed to lose to Jacksonville after being up. Like, that's coaching. We'll get into that. But Philly is back, and they ain't played yet. They're gonna play twice. So we shall see. We shall see. The game's about to get difficult for them. We shall see. You know what it is. I think the Commanders overachieved. They did. So anything else they doing right now is like, well, we didn't expect it. They didn't expect it. You know, we expected Jaden Daniels to have a great season, and they lose. You know, kind of like Chicago and Caleb Williams, but we didn't expect, them to be on top of their division. No, ain't no way neither one of y'all can tell me you sitting right here saying the Commanders are going to be on top of the division. If you are, I'm going to mute your mic and I'm sending you off the show because nobody was saying that at all.
I don't think none of us actually would have said that, in the beginning of the season. I think all of us thought that, Jaden Daniels would be successful. But we just didn't know how everything would gel. But I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm gonna call it. You can write this shit down. They're gonna sweep Philly. Wow, they're gonna sweep Philly. We saying Philly is back. I don't think they are. I don't think they are.
Oh yeah, they back.
Right, so
I don't think so.
I know we talked about top 7.
It's okay. You thought
Saquon out there doing reverse jumps. Saquon out there doing reverse jumps on the field, and you gonna talk about they ain't back?
Yeah, because he's part of the Negro Ringling Brothers Circus. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, but still, circus. Yeah, hey, he doing stuff like that, and the coach almost giving him L's. I think Jalen Hurts gonna be coaching by playoff time. Sirianni's just gonna be over there. It is what it is. But go ahead. You can talk, Rich. I mean, Will.
Will.
I'm gonna say this: Atlanta, and it's because of how Atlanta's gelling right now.
Sir,
I know we said around the.
Didn't you say something about muting people's mic?
I sure did, because we clearly know Atlanta. They win in the divisions. That automatically makes them a contender. So we're not speaking on the top 4. Okay, here we go. Because you just helped me segue, Will. We're going to go into our next segue. It's called Season Long, a Season Gone. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the list of the NFC teams that's on the bubble in the playoff hunt, per se. You're going to tell me if it's a season gone or is the season still long. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. So the top 4 currently, Lions at 1, Commanders at 2, Falcons at 3, and the Cardinals, we didn't even mention the Cardinals, are currently sitting at 4. You got Vikings, Eagles, and the Packers, 5, 6, 7. Now, this is where it gets interesting on the bubble, them bubble teams. We got Chicago at 8, 49ers at 9, the Rams at 10, and the Buccaneers at 11. So, Chicago Bears, season long or season gone? Tell it.
Season gone. That's a quick one. I ain't gonna hold this conversation. That's it. Because look at the division. They in division with the Lions, the Packers, and Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Season gone.
Rich, Bears, season long or season gone?
I agree with Telly. The season is gone. You know, they're going to do what the Bears do in the wintertime. They're going to go fucking hibernate.
Well, all right. Will, what say you?
Concur with Telly. Season gone.
I agree too. Season gone. I needed to be gone. All right. We moving on to the 49ers. Season long or season gone? Rich.
I think their season's gone. I think they're thinking that Christian McCaffrey is going to actually come back, but those guys keep, getting injuries week in and week out, and I don't think they're the team that everybody think they are. So I'm gonna say season gone.
Will, season long or season gone?
Season gone. Bye, 49ers.
Telly, talk to me. Talk to me, Telly.
I'll say season on pause. And the only reason I say that is because of the division that they're in. So you mentioned Arizona. Arizona is in the same conference as the 49ers. Mm-hmm. Arizona's been playing good ball, right?
Yes.
But I am still not 100% sold on them being able to take that division from either the Rams or the 49ers at this moment. Because all those teams they're all about even right now. None of those teams really stand out to me. The Rams had a lot of injuries. 49ers had injuries, and Arizona was trying to find their way. They're gaining momentum. They're a strong team, but those three teams, there's really not much separation for me just yet. So I won't say season gone. I'll say season on pause right now for all those teams.
Let me throw this in there for you, Telly, and let me see if this actually changed your mind. This is their next 4 games. They got the Bucks, they got the Seahawks, they got the Packers, and they got the Bills. How many games are they winning?
1.
Season gone.
1 game.
If you say that, season is gone. Season is gone.
But at the same time, look at the other teams and who they have to play next.
Oh no, we ain't got to those guys yet.
Yeah,
right. That's why I'm saying.
But the only team that we talked about that they got to face too right now were the Bears, which they got to face the Bears as well. Then they got the Rams. I think they get a win against the Dolphins. Then they got the Lions, and then they got the Cardinals to finish out their season.
Right.
I see at least 6 losses, potentially 6 losses.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree with Telly on this one, Rich. I call it season pause, and the reason why is because of how juggernaut that conference is. Like you said, Cardinals at the top, but they always going toe to toe. All 4 teams, they play the hell out of each other. So I'm gonna say season on pause. But if they lose to us, I'm saying season gone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying season gone.
Yeah.
Period. So we should. I'm a pause on the Niners. Everybody wants them to make a deep playoff run, and it would do my heart so much good if we provide them with that untrue statement.
Yeah,
It'll do my heart so good.
Well,
moving along to the Rams, since we're sticking with that conference, season long or season gone? Will. Tell him. Rams, yeah.
For me, I think season long.
Season long.
Mm-hmm.
Rich.
Let me look at their schedule right quick. Let me look at it now. Give you an honest assessment. I want to say season gone, but let me look at their.
They play against the Dolphins, Patriots, and Eagles. That's their next 3 games.
Okay. And they both 4-4. The Niners are 4-4 also. The Rams are currently in second place in the division, while the Niners are in third place, Rich.
Right.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say season long. I think they got some favorable matchups. I see they actually is highlighted on my screen with a guaranteed win on December 1st against the Saints. So season long.
Will, can you hear us? Will, can you hear us?
Yeah, he making bad trades. Let him go.
Hey, his season is about to be gone on this podcast.
Hey, absolutely. We moving on. Okay, and last but not least, the Buccaneers. Season long, season gone. Will, talk to me.
He just
Rich, talk
I'll
to
say
me.
season.
Go ahead,
long.
Will. Season long? Okay.
Season long. Season long.
They do got the easiest schedule after
They
the
do.
49ers. The easiest in the league. Not a guarantee, though, with the coaching. But yeah.
I'm going to say season long. They got a loss on December 1st and December 29th for certain. That's against the formidable Panthers. So.
He talking now, boy. Remember at the beginning of the season, he was humble like, "Hey, them Bucks, man, them Bucks." Not Rich like, "Hey, yeah, I think we can get y'all."
You see what a win would do for your morale and shit? That's what Todd Bowles should have did by going for the fucking 2 points.
Hey, man, like you said, no nuts, no glory, man. Leave Bowles alone, man. This is last year. This is last year, man. Leave Bowles be, please. I'm gonna say it's depending upon this next game. Obviously, if they win the next game or lose the next game, they still in the hunt. So it's kind of fugazi, and it makes it seem like Bowles is gonna right the ship. Because, like I said, we got the easiest remaining schedule in the league after this. We play the Chargers. I think that's going to be a good game. And other than that, all the games are winnable. Will they win them? Depends a lot on the defense. After the bye week, we get Mike back and we get long arms. I forgot his name, Dean back at corner. So they got some additions coming, but it really doesn't matter. The offense ain't been the issue. They've been scoring with the best of them, but they can't stop the best of them. If you got a decent tight end, you're going to have a field day against them, man. And that's the challenge they got Sunday against Kittles. Kittle's going to go crazy. Kittle's going to go crazy on them. And once again, the defense is going to let them down. So I'm saying season is long. That makes sense? I put the G on in front of it because I can switch it.
It could go long or it could be gone.
Yeah. So the season is gone. That motherfucker gone. It could be, Tell me what you think.
No, I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier. We've been talking about all season, man. 2 teams out of NFC South. So I think your season is long. There's gonna be space for y'all because other teams gonna leave the door open. You just got y'all playing well. Honestly, y'all are playing well with a piece. No, real talk.
Lies.
Y'all playing well with a pieced up team, and I thought that it was a BS with the coin flip at Kansas City. If I'm gonna send y'all the clip of that damn referee. Yeah, no. The referee took the damn coin and put it to his hip and did something funky with it after he asked Baker what he called his tails, and then he flipped it. Dude, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. I'm like, come on, bro. So yeah, that and some other calls, which Kansas City been getting away with it all year. We all know that, right? So yeah, they're trying to boost up this team to be the next undefeated team like the Miami Dolphins were back in the 70s or what? I don't know what it is, but it's some BS, man. Yeah, it's some BS in my opinion. I've seen it way too goddamn much now. Even more than what they did with the Patriots, man. Like that's ridiculous right now. So
they're making it blatantly obvious. They're making it obvious.
Oh yeah.
Man. So
Rich,
and I don't have no hate for Kansas City because they're a damn good team, but they don't need no extra help.
Rich, season long, season gone, Buccaneers. Because you already gave us two L's that makes us. Yeah, if we get those 2 L's, that puts us at 7 losses. So we'll need 10. And I think only way you get in this year, you need 10 plus wins. If you ain't got more than 10 wins, you're not getting in. 9 and 8 ain't gonna do it. So you just gave us 2 losses to the Panthers. So
Yeah, because I got to be
what's up?
optimistic. And hopefully we'll be able to get those 2 wins. But I do think that you guys got a favorable schedule, and like I said, man, I think the season will actually be prolonged for you guys.
Yeah.
Because I think what will be key, and I think it's going to be very instrumental, is to see how the NFC West fares and the NFC East.
Absolutely.
And I think those are going to be pivotal, and that's why I think we'll be able to sneak those 2 teams if everything plays out the way they're supposed to be.
If Bowles does his job, but he's not going to do his job.
He ain't got no job.
Hey, his current record right now overall as a head coach is 21-22. So before the Kansas City game, he was sitting at 500. He was sitting at 500. Now he's 21-22 all time as a head coach.
Man, y'all fire him and get Robert Saleh, bro.
Man,
don't threaten me with a good time. Speaking of Saleh, he up there in our Green Bay, whatever around the league and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and cover any news going on around the league that we didn't talk about. I know we mentioned Mike Williams going to Pittsburgh, man. I tell you hating on him, but I think Pittsburgh done positioned themselves pretty good to make a deep run. I ain't saying Super Bowl.
Pittsburgh ain't going no damn where.
I think they're gonna be there when the smoke clears. I'll tell you.
They ain't, man. This reason why, because I said it early in the season. Whenever Pittsburgh goes up against a team that has an offense, they're gonna struggle to win, and their record proves it. The 2 losses that they have, how much does the team score against them? Over 20 points.
Yeah.
Looking at their record coming up, adding a Mike Williams to their team doesn't make them a powerful offense. Why? Because they still have Arthur Smith, and I know what he's about. That team is not going anywhere. It's just like they do every other year. Greg get excited as hell in preseason, start talking shit about they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and they ass crash and burn. So
that's what be happy on the telly. He be happy.
Yeah. So Greg, if you watching this, Greg, now or later, know that I'm telling your ass you ain't going nowhere. You in Gen Food. Both of y'all sit your ass down somewhere.
Go ahead, Rich. You were about to say something?
Oh yeah, man. I was just looking at it, man. I mean, the Steelers. I think the Mike Williams addition helps bolster that team. I'm not saying Mike Williams is going to blow the doors off anybody, outrunning them, things of that nature, but he is actually good possession receiver, and he's a big body that I think when it comes down to goal line defense, I'm not saying he's a Mike Evans, but he'll give you that target in the red zone like a Mike Evans would because how big they are. And when you look at their schedule, man, I mean, they lost by 3 points both games, and they should have won both of those games. So they could be 8-0 right now. So we can be talking about them instead of the Kansas City Chiefs. And we all agree that Mike Tomlin is a hell of a coach. But when they lost to the Colts and they lost to a fucking Dallas Cowboy team, right now on paper, that makes them look bad, especially how Dallas is trending. So I think, man, that they will be there at, when it's all said and done. How far they go into the playoff push, that's to be determined.
But do they lose those games? Do they lose that Cowboy game though? Russ quarterback.
That's my thing too. No, I don't think they lose. I don't think they lose either one of those games.
I don't either.
If Kirk Cousins don't throw goddamn 3 interceptions and then have a fumble in game 1, they don't beat us either because they couldn't score the goddamn touchdown.
That's valid.
I hope Kirk wasn't giving us a preview of the playoffs too soon.
No. So when you put that in context and look at that too, so we're still talking about a potential 7-1 team or 8-0 team. It could have went either way. So I think, at the end of the day, when you look at, they got 2 tough games coming up, I think, against the Commanders and the Ravens.
Oh, they're losing this weekend.
So they can be. That's a tough game, man. I mean, I'm pulling for them, but it's kind of hard for me to go against Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say it right now before we even get to picks. That's gonna be my upset pick of the week.
Well, let's talk about it then. Telly, you ready for the picks?
I'm ready.
Let's talk about it. We're going into the picks then.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. First game tomorrow. It really ain't a game. It's an exhibition. It's going to be Cincinnati against Baltimore in Baltimore.
Hey, I'm going with motherfucking
Baltimore.
The dude with the little ugly braids.
Oh, who won last week?
Me.
Oh, Rich kicked our ass last week.
Damn.
I'm going with.
I'm going with B more, Telly.
Rich had 14 picks. Will, you and I had 10. Corey had 8. So, like I said, Rich kicked our ass last week.
It wasn't a good look, but
All right. Giants in Carolina, playing in Carolina.
No,
I went with the
Germany.
Bengals, Telly. I went with the Bengals.
I got you. I heard it in your voice.
Okay.
I know you want to start some shit.
I'm going with the Bengals.
I mean, so you said Carolina and the Giants, right? Playing.
Yeah, I'm talking to Will and Corey. I know you.
Okay,
I know what you got. I know you got the Giants. Go ahead, dog.
You said what?
Giants.
that shit was like coming to America.
What?
Hey, I'm gonna go with Carolina, man. I'm gonna go with Carolina on this one, Tilly.
All right, what you got? What you got, Will?
Giants. Just because I don't.
Yeah, hater.
That's hate right there. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it all. All right. New England, Chicago, playing in Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm going with New England, man. I'm picking another upset. Damn it.
All right.
I need Chicago to lose.
All right. Buffalo, Indy, playing in Indy.
Oh, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Well, I know you got Buffalo, Corey. All right. Denver, Kansas City, playing in Kansas City.
The refs.
Yep.
The refs. Put the refs. I got the refs.
The refs.
The refs. You got the refs too, Will?
Yep.
All right, cool. I got the other guys.
Bo Nick's gonna pull it out. Bo Nick's gonna pull it out.
They call that gonna be an upset game for Kansas City. Because Denver lost that last game, so Sean Payton gonna come in a little hungry. Probably got a little something up his sleeve. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna roll the dice on that one. That's my upset pick of the week. ATL against New Orleans, playing in New Orleans.
ATL by 24.
I'm a Saints fan, but y'all gonna slaughter us.
What you got, Corey?
I'm going for my team, but we gonna get molested.
I'm going with the Saints, man. And I ain't trying to go with the Saints, but I need it.
I know you should. San Francisco versus Tampa Bay in Tampa on Sunday, which we'll both be in attendance, Corey.
Yeah, we're gonna be in that mug. And I'm going with the Niners.
Stop playing.
Yeah, I'm going with Baker.
All right. What you got, Will?
Tampa.
All right.
Man, you on a dial-up modem over there?
Yeah, he is. That damn rabbit in the corner.
You got AOL behind that little.
Yeah, the struggle is real over here, man.
Hell yeah. Pittsburgh versus Washington, playing in Washington.
Upset pick, Pittsburgh.
Well, I know you got Pitt.
Yeah, Sierra Wilson gonna do her thing.
Sierra Wilson. I'm going with Pitt.
What you got, Will?
Pitt.
Okay. I already told y'all who I'm going for. Minnesota, Jacksonville, playing in Jacksonville.
The USC quarterback.
Oh, Minnesota.
Got it. What you got, Corey? I know you're going for the upset for Jacksonville, ain't you?
Minnesota. Some stuff you just,
Tennessee versus the Chargers. Tennessee versus the Chargers.
Chargers.
Ooh, Chargers.
Yep. Same. All right. Dallas, Philly versus Dallas, playing in Dallas. Is Dallas going to get together with Cooper Rush, or are they going to take it on there?
Philly, man.
Nah, Philly.
Yeah.
Although it would be nice for Philly to lose, but.
Nah, I need them to win. Need them to beat Dallas' ass all the way down into the ground. Arizona, New York Jets playing against Arizona in Arizona.
I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Interesting game right there, buddy.
That's a very
I'm going with the
interesting
Cardinals.
game, man.
Mighty Mouse. Let's go.
That's a very
Let's go.
interesting game. Man.
Cardinals.
No, I remember Aaron Rodgers playing them years ago.
Talking about that Hail Mary.
Yeah, so I'm going with A-Rod.
All right.
Cardinals.
Detroit versus Houston in Houston. This could be a tricky game.
That is a tricky ass game, but
Houston have been playing well.
bringing that
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going with Detroit, man. Detroit, man, to play that well outside last week, demolishing boys. I think that momentum continues, man. So I'm going with fucking Flint, Michigan.
What you got, Corey?
I don't see nobody beating them right now, Telly. So Detroit.
Yeah. I would have picked Houston if Houston was healthy, but they missing too many offensive weapons right now.
Yeah. Diggs is gone. Wait. Collins should be back for this game. He should be back for this one.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing or not.
I don't know, but either way, they ain't got Diggs, man. He out, and they ain't replacing with nobody.
No,
they still have. Well,
they got Mechie.
They got Tank Dell. They got Mechie.
Mechie ain't did nothing since he left Alabama, and he didn't really do much there.
They got Schultz at tight end. He been quiet this year. Yeah. So that's a tricky one, but I'm gonna go with Detroit until they prove otherwise.
Right?
Huh? Nico still on IR?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he ain't come back this weekend.
No, sir. Probably come back to. He can probably come back like week 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miami versus the Rams in LA.
Miami. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Miami.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Tua doing his thing with no pad on his helmet.
Right. Yeah. He need to have that tampon on his head.
Hey.
He's not suspended, is he?
Huh? No, he's suspended.
I'm going with Matt Stafford.
Nah.
Yeah.
What you got, Will?
Miami.
All right.
Tua gonna open up the offense.
I got the Rams. They did open up the offense, but they ain't the offense that's the problem. It's the defense that's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And they ain't gonna stop Matt Stafford.
We'll see. He ain't gonna throw it on Ramsey's side.
I was just about to say that. Watch how many times they get scored onto their game.
He don't need to.
You think so?
Yeah.
All
right, man. Picks is locked.
All right, there it is. Week 10 is a wrap up. Let us know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow. You know, it's been real, fellas.
Tell a
See
friend.
you in a bit. We out of here. Will, thanks for joining in.
Cowboys.
He still don't get it. Look at him.